All right, here we go. On lesson two, this is where we start to actually start building the apps and designing them and kind of learn about how the code and the inputs and outputs work with the app. So right here, so it talks about creating screens, buttons, images, text, and more inside of App Lab. So I'm going to hit continue to kind of go on from here. So I'm going to give you like a quick tutorial here. So you have this to kind of come back to. All right, hit continue. It loads here. All right, so right here, so this one we kind of talked about in class, one of this quickly. So look at the elements on the screen, try to move them around. What properties can you change? Is there anything you can't change? You kind of see, I kind of moved these around. So these are all of our tools from our design toolbox here. So play around. Is there anything that you can't change or move around? All right. Now, if you make a mistake anytime you're using your app, you can always, or you lose some work, you can always go back to version history. I'm just going to hit start over, but version history is key as we're kind of building these apps so you don't lose any work or your app was working at a certain point. So I'm just going to hit start over and that will take me back there. All right. So once you kind of, So once you kind of click run, your finish button is going to kind of pop up here and you can kind of play around and go from there. So continue. So kind of just getting used to the design toolbox, everything there. All right, so now I'm going to go to my version history. I'm going to go to restore. Oops, I don't want to restore. I want to start over. All right, so it wants you to kind of play around with this version of this app. Can we recreate this app here based on this? So the first thing I want to do, I want to just click the background and kind of see these are these ID properties, and we're going to get to the point where we kind of rename these. I'm just going to rename it home screen. So the background color is white right now, and I want like a purple. So I'm just going to type in purple, and this pops up here. All right, and once you want to do this, you can kind of play around with the slider, kind of find a darker purple that kind of matches. That one's kind of good there. I'm kind of happy with this one, so I'll kind of go with that. You kind of see the font here. All right, so we want to change this font. So now right here. So we have app title. I kind of like that title there. And we want to change the font color. So text color here. I'm just going to type in yellow because it's like this bright yellow. So right there. And I need to get like a greenish yellow here. Maybe it's over here on my slider. So play around with it. I'm striking out a little bit. This one's getting a little better here. Now you also change the font here. So you can change the background color. All right, so this button here, I'm gonna just title this one black. Boom, make sure you click on it and it'll kind of change that. So whatever you do here in your design toolbox is gonna happen immediately in your app. And then as I kind of scroll down here, you can do your font. So I think Arial kind of almost matches this one. Just like, maybe it's not Arial. So kind of play around with this to kind of recreate that. I'm going through here and right there. No, that's too big. Fail. I'll go back to Arial. All right, now is that everything there? So there we go. So there's like the first thing you're kind of playing around with. All right, you're gonna hit run in your app, kind of see what it looks like. So you want to go through and kind of finish the rest here. You want to change this font. You want to change the background color. Option one's already in there. So we have button, and you want to change this to text input. So kind of go through there. Can you recreate that screen? Hit finish, and we'll go on to the next one here. I know there's a little long one there. All right, so this one, same thing, kind of trying to recreate this app screen as well. Same kind of thing that we went through there, so I won't go through that process again. And then so it talks about the colors, their values, and this is going to be the end of part 1 of lesson 1. All right, I'm going to dismiss this. All right.